Video 3. What is FAPE? Hi, my name is Marin, and I'm mom to an amazing autistic kiddo. I'm here to talk to you today about some terminology you may have heard used in your child's IEP meetings. An IEP is an individualized education program, and the rules that explain what it is and how it is used are found in a law called the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA. When talking about education for children with disabilities, you may hear the term FAPE used. FAPE stands for Free, Appropriate, Public Education and is one of the cornerstones of the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. Every eligible child, regardless of the severity of the disability or the level of support required, is guaranteed the right to FAPE, which means they must receive special education and related services that A. are provided at public expense, under public supervision and direction, and without charge. Public education is one of the many things our tax dollars pay for. B. meets the standards of the State Education Agency, or SEA. In Minnesota, this is the Minnesota Department of Education. C. include an appropriate preschool, elementary school, or secondary school education in the state involved, and D. are provided in conformity with an individualized education program, or IEP, that meets the requirements of IDEA. Let's break this down a little bit. What does a child's right to FAPE actually mean? FAPE is a principle that acknowledges that what works for most kids may not work for every kid, and so the education must be tailored to the individual. There are some court cases that have helped define what FAPE means and what it doesn't. In one case, in 1982, the court held that the right to FAPE does not mean that your child has a right to a Cadillac education, meaning the very best or the most expensive education, since Cadillacs were considered one of the best kinds of cars at the time. But it does require that the student be making progress. They must be receiving meaningful educational benefit. Some of the things you may want to think about when considering FAPE include: are your child's IEP goals changing every year? Is your child making progress towards those goals? Is your child's education delivered in a manner that is beneficial to them? Is your child receiving the education they need without a parent taking time away from their job to assist their child? Is your child receiving more than the minimum education? This is from a court case called Andrew v. Douglas County in 2017, and it is one of the most recent cases to help us define what FAPE really is. The most important thing to know is that the right to FAPE means your child must receive an education that is free, in that it doesn't cost you any more than it does anyone else, and doesn't require you as a parent or caregiver to do a job that a professional should be paid for. Appropriate, it meets your child's individual needs and is appropriately ambitious for the child to make progress in light of the child's unique circumstances. Public, it is available to every eligible child regardless of the severity of the disability or the level of support needed. Education, your child is making progress towards their educational goals. And now that you know what FAPE means, you can help ensure that your child receives it. Thank you for listening.